Hey everybody, Chief here from OKest MTG, and I am back with another video for you today, and I'm excited to talk to you about the Lorehold Precon from Secrets of Strixhaven. And I think this is going to be really fun. I'm very excited about this Precon. So let's get right into it. As most of you know, there's been a lot of hype about it. The face commander of the Precon is Quintorius History Chaser. For 2, a red and a white, you get a legendary planeswalker, Quintorius. He has a static ability that says whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. It's +1, you may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards, then mill a card. And it's -4, it's a spirit you control, gain double strike and vigilance until end of turn. And he has the ability that he can be your commander. So I was super excited about this Precon when I saw Quintorius, just because Boros, or in this case Lorehold, Graveyard Matters, was unique to me, and I hadn't really played around with that. So we're going to get into some of the suggestions I have for upgrades that I made and some cuts to make. So let's get right into that. First up, Bag of Holding was the first card I knew I wanted to add. For 1 colorless, you get an artifact that says whenever you discard a card, exile that card from your graveyard, and the ability pay 2, tap it, draw a card, then discard a card. So it's fueling itself. And you pay 4, tap and sack the Bag of Holding and return all cards exiled with it to their owner's hand. So this card is basically anytime you discard a card, you get a trigger on Quintorius and make a 3/2 spirit. There's going to be a lot of discard synergy in the deck, and I thought this was just an obvious add. Next up, Brass's Tunnel Grinder. 2 and a red, you get a legendary artifact. When it enters the battlefield, discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards +1. So this is going to help you fill your graveyard, which you need to do in this deck, because that's really where you're playing the most, is in the graveyard. And it fills the graveyard, so you have plenty to work with. And at the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, put a board counter on Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Then if there are 3 or more board counters on it, remove those counters and transform it. And it's pretty cool. It transforms into Techrit Land, the Searing Rift, a legendary land that's a cave that taps for red, and whenever you cast a permanent spell using the mana produced by it, you discover X, where X is that spell's mana value. And I don't know if you've played around with Discover much, but it's very fun, very powerful. Basically, just improved Cascade. Next up, we got Codex Shredder. I thought this was an obvious add. It's an artifact for 1 colorless. You can tap it, and target player mills a card. And that's most likely going to be you. However, this could be funny if somebody tutors something to the top of their deck and you make them mill that card. That could be funny. But for our case, we're filling the graveyard, and then you can pay 5, tap and sack Codex Shredder, and return a target card from your graveyard to your hand. So this just has so much synergy with Quintorius. You're going to fill your graveyard, and it has the ability to help you do that graveyard recursion and get a 3/2 spirit. Next up, Deification. It occurred to me that Quintorius is a planeswalker, and he's going to be a target for your opponents a lot. So this enchantment is perfect. You just, as it enters the battlefield, choose Quintorius as the planeswalker type. Planeswalkers you control, the chosen type, have hexproof, so he can't be targeted. And as long as you control a creature, if damage dealt to a planeswalker you control of the chosen type would result in all loyalty counters on it being removed. Instead, all but one of those counters are removed. So this is perfect. I mean, we have a way to protect Quintorius from targeting and from just being nuked by opponents attacking him. Next up, Drogskull Reinforcements. This is just a way I thought to kind of buff our 3/2 spirits, because frankly they're going to be our win con. He's a 2/2 with melee Spirit Soldier who gives other spirits you control melee, and you can prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to spirits you control. So that last part is just kind of defending against burn, but giving all your spirits melee is pretty awesome. That's an ability that says the amount of opponents you're attacking gives those creatures +1/+1. So as long as you attack all of your opponents, all your spirits are going to get +3/+3 in a 4-person pot. Next up, Duty Beyond Death. This was just some board protection. It's an instant for 1 and a white. As additional cost to cast this spell, sack a creature and creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn, and put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. This is not only a great protection spell, but it gives your whole board a small buff, and we love that. Next up, Fleeting Spirit. For 1 and a white, you get a creature spirit with the ability to pay a white mana, exile 3 cards from your graveyard. Fleeting Spirit gains first strike until end of turn. We don't care as much about that, but its ability: discard a card, exile Fleeting Spirit, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So you got discard synergy, you have stuff leaving your graveyard synergy. It's pretty perfect here. Next up, Matsalanti, the Great Door from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. One of my favorite sets ever. Legendary artifact. Tap it, draw a card, then discard a card. So filling the graveyard like we want, and we can transform it into a land that taps for the number of permanents in our graveyard. But mostly we want to keep this around for that discard and draw synergy. It's perfect here. Next up, Naali, Sun's Vanguard. Attacking tokens you control have double strike. That is the main reason I wanted this in the deck, just to make those 3/2s actually punch a lot harder. And she says whenever one or more tokens you control attack a player, exile top card in your library. During any turn you attacked with a token, you may play that card, so you get some card advantage from her as well. I think she was great. Next I added Prava of the Steel Legion. For 2 and a white, you get a legendary creature, Cat Soldier, who says, as long as it's your turn, creature tokens you control get +1/+4. So on our turn, those 3/2 tokens are instead going to be 4/6s. So they hit a lot harder, and they have way higher toughness. It also has an ability: you can just create a 1/1 white soldier creature token at instant speed, so it's not bad to have. Next up, Prosperous Partnership, an enchantment for 1 red and white. When it enters, you create 2 1/1 green and white citizen creature tokens, and you can tap 3 untapped creatures you control and create a treasure token. So with all the tokens that we're going to be making, this is just a great way to ramp. Next, Purify the Grave. This I thought was such a cool ad, because for 1 white, you have an instant, you exile a target card from a graveyard, and that has for 1 white, you flash it back, and you can do it again. So if you really think about it, for 2 white mana, this represents 9 power on your board, because it's going to make a spirit every time you exile a card from the graveyard, including itself a flashback. Next up, Renewed Solidarity. I love this enchantment. As it enters, choose a creature type, choose spirits. Creatures you control the chosen type get +1/+0, so you get a small buff. At the beginning of your end step, for each token you control of the chosen type to enter this turn, make a token that's a copy of it. So if you get 2 3/2 spirits on a turn at the end step, you get 2 more. This is just great. Next up, we got Enterprising Scalawag. For 1 and a red, you get a creature, Goblin Pirate. I thought this was such a just synergistic ad, because at your end step, if you descended this turn, create a treasure token. We're going to be discarding a lot, milling a lot, so a lot of permanents are going to enter our graveyard. This guy's going to reward us for that. Next up, Starry-Eyed Skyrider. For 2 and a white, you get a creature, Human Scout, with flying, 1/3. Whenever it attacks another target creature you control gains flying until end of turn, but most importantly, attacking tokens you control have flying. So now all those 3/2 spirits are going to all be in the air. Next up, Command Beacon. I thought this was just a great way. Again, Quintorius is a big target, so he's going to get removed a lot. This is a way to help us bypass some of that expensive commander tax. Next up, Drownyard Temple. Just a utility land that I think works really well with the deck. If it's in our graveyard, we can pay 3 and return it from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So not only will we get that land out of the graveyard, we're going to get a 3/2 spirit. I didn't mess with the mana base that much because honestly it was pretty good in the Precon. The Precon was good out of the box, but just a few tweaks here on the lands. And lastly, this is a little more pricey, but this was just such a good ad. Monument to Endurance. For 3 colorless mana, you get an artifact that says, whenever you discard a card, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. You either draw a card, create a treasure token, or each opponent loses 3 life. So this is just, it's just too perfect. You're going to get rewarded so much from all those discards. And that's pretty much the upgrades that I added. Maybe there's a few more here or there, but these were my top upgrades. But unfortunately, when we make upgrades, we got to make cuts because that's how Commander works. So I'm going to talk about the cards that I cut. Alright, so I cut Anger, and no offense to Anger, it's a great card. It's obviously a good target to discard into your graveyard to give everything haste. But honestly, I didn't think we needed it that much. There was just better options, I think, to put in the deck. So I cut Anger. You could keep him, but for me, it wasn't the most important thing in the deck. Next up, Ale the Dawn Sky. So he's a flying, vigilant 5/4. Seems pretty good. It's a great card. I just didn't think it needed to be in this deck. There's a small amount of synergy, but for 5 mana, it just, in my opinion, wasn't doing enough. And it has to die for you to get the benefits. So we can't control that. Our opponents would really have to kill it. So honestly, just not enough control over that.
Music licensing reimagined.
Next up, I got Atsushi the Blazing Sky for 2 and 2 red. You get a legendary creature, Dragon Spirit. Again, I cut him because while he's cool and he's a big flying 4/4 beater, I just didn't think we had enough control over getting his benefit. Next, Balefire Liege. I was on the fence about this guy because he's a really big buff spell. All your 3/2s would get +2/+2, so I could see why you would want to keep it. And it rewards you for playing red and white spells, but honestly just wasn't enough synergy in the deck compared to the upgrades I wanted to make. Next up, Drum Bellower. Great card. It untaps all your creatures during each other player's untap step, but honestly we didn't need it that much. We have enough blockers, and there isn't enough tap and untap synergy or convoke in the deck, so I took it out. Coming of Ancient Law. There was just a lot of random spirits in the deck. Seems like a good common because you can sack it to destroy a target enchantment, but there was just better options. Karmic Guide, Angel Spirit. I know a lot of people have broken this card, but in my opinion, 5 mana to get 1 creature out of your graveyard, and then you have to pay 5 mana to keep it on the next turn. Just wasn't enough for me, so took it out. Lelia, she's a great card. She is awesome in a lot of decks, but had no synergy with our deck whatsoever. She cares about exiling and putting things into exile. Yeah, she's good, but just didn't think she really fit with the theme. Next we got Monologue Tax for 2 and a white. I think it's a good card, but it just isn't reliable enough to get those treasures. Next up, I got Noctiman Lore Spinner. This is one of the new cards in the deck that has Wheel of Fortune stapled to it, but the restriction to try to get that ability for the sorcery is just too difficult. But great card. I think it would be cool in a lot of other decks, just not this one. Remorseful Cleric, just another random spirit that you can sack it for some graveyard hate. Yeah, good card, just didn't need it here. And it broke my heart to cut Squee because I love Squee, but you know, just getting him back at your upkeep, and you don't always know if you're going to have him. It just, I don't think it was doing enough, but I don't know. He's really cool. He does fit with the deck's theme, but I just don't think it was doing enough. Wasn't triggering enough to really keep him in. Tashara Ancestor's Apostle, very cool card. However, I don't think there was enough historic spells in the deck to trigger this often enough. Venerable War Singer, I think this is a new-ish one, but in my opinion, the fact that it has to deal combat damage to a player and it's only a 3/3, yeah, I didn't like it here. I took it out.
Music licensing reimagined.
White Orchid Phantom, just another random spirit that can destroy a target non-basic land. I can see the benefit just to have something to get rid of one of your opponent's pesky lands that does too much, but yeah, in my opinion, he wasn't doing enough here. And as far as the mana base, honestly, it was pretty good in the deck out of the box. You don't have to do much to the mana base and it will play fine. But I cut this land just because it always comes in tapped, and we don't need that amount of fixing in the deck to where we have to have an always tapped land. And I cut Terramorphic Expanse because honestly we just don't need it. The mana base is already pretty good. This card is a good card in a lot of decks. It's good fixing. It's good in landfall decks, but frankly, just didn't need it here. So I cut it. Unless it had been the secret lair with all of the rules text on T Expanse, then I would have kept it just because that's hilarious. And that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. I think Quintorius is such an interesting and fun commander. I'm super excited to play more with the deck. Out of the box, it was already good, and the game plan is fun and unique, and it works. It's a lot of fun to play. And hopefully you like some of my upgrades, but you know, it's up to you. You can upgrade exactly how you want. You can keep cards that I took out if you want, if you like them. That's the beauty of this game. And that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're enjoying Secrets of Strixhaven. I haven't been this excited for a Magic set in quite some time, and I think it's an absolute banger of a set. So with all that said, I think that's going to be it for me today. And until next time, y'all have a good one.